Wonderful. I think we have a clip of the Lohiroto song and dance that we will play for you next. That was really great. I really enjoy the idea of Lohiroto. Lohiroto?
Yes, Lohiroto is a very popular song that kids know in the village.
I love it. So one question I have for you is, what do you plan to do next with your work?
This work is ongoing work. I plan to continue editing the work that I have already, cataloging them, and submit to the Library of Congress and see if they can preserve that in their library for educational purposes in future for the newest generation. I'm also planning to take to South Africa. There is one of the best library as well there. And I'm planning to take it also to Nairobi, Kenya. They have also good library there. And so what I do, I have to work on their format. So right now I'm working on the format that the Library of Congress is requiring, and we are so, I'm so far so good.
Good, great. That is wonderful. I'm really glad that that work's being done. Thank you. So, do you get to go back and visit your home village?
Unfortunately, I went there once when we just got the independent, and when things fall apart, I never returned back there because of insecurity, and my family advised me not to, because when they hear you from United States, of course, yeah, it's not safe, just to say the fact. And so I end up in the refugee camp and do what, I've been doing in the refugee camp in the hope of when things get better, then I will move the project to the South Sudan in the village of Lohiroto and go from there.
What changes did you notice in the village when you returned?
When I went there, a lot of things, a lot of people left the village. It's empty. We'll find one village here, another one far away, and I was very concerned about that. Although, of course, the culture still remains strong, and it has not changed. And I told one of my friends, every time I will come, I will change my living standard when I get there, and just be the village boy or man that I used to, and that's what makes people feel comfortable.
And when you were there last, did you get a chance to visit other villages or just your village?
Yeah, I had limited time, so I just only had to meet with the people from different villages in one village. So because when I went there, all the chiefs camped, and each sent messages to mobilize their own people, and we had big meeting. And I was introduced, and they were very appreciative. They say they could not believe that you are still alive, and you came back from America to come and visit. That we are very appreciative, and so that moved me and made me cry. And I told them, yes, God always, when God say yes, nobody would say no. And so that's what made me very strong, in helping my village and to take my village to the next level.
Okay. What is it like to present your culture to a group of people who may have never seen anything like it?
Very, very fascinating and very interesting, and people appreciate so much because it gives them a different perspective of how life is in this world. And so I found out I enrich them, and they appreciate.
Well, thank you for sharing with us tonight.
A pleasure.
Next, we're going to talk about clay bowls. Cattle are a huge part of South Sudanese culture. It is estimated that there is 10 to 20 million cattle in South Sudan. As part of South Sudanese culture, children often make clay bowls to play with as toys as they're raised alongside herding the cattle. Dominic talked about that a little bit earlier. Can you tell us a little bit more about this?
Absolutely. When I was around 6 or 7 years old, we spent a lot of time, doing this work, and that was the things to prepare us, when we reach a certain age, so we can take care of the really cows. And so it's a big thing. I would imagine or compare to, I don't know what the kids in United States here does, but I do believe if it is boys, they play with the cars that are toys, so they can become, drivers when they reach a certain age. And so, yes, cows in our village are very, very, very important. The more you have cows, the more you will be respected, the more you'll be seen as a role model in the community. And of course, if you're a man and you need to have 2 to 3 wives, no problem. You will get them because no family or parents will say no to you.
If you have enough cattle.
If you have enough cattle.
Okay. So the clay bowl that I'm holding is one that you have made. Can you tell us a little bit about the cattle song and why that practice is used?
Yes, it's very, in every village in South Sudan, those who raise cows or cattle, they will develop friendship, at least with one. And so my cattle, cow or bull, that I have there, I have to create the bull song and sing every time. For example, my bull song is that it goes like this. Oli Shani, she Mario, she Hamina, lo Chayet. Oli Shani, she Mario, she Hamina, Chanya Papa. Oli Shani, she Mario, she Hamina, lo Chayet. Oli Shani, si Mario, si Hamina, Otoho Baba. Oli Shani, si Mario, si Hamina. So this is my bull song that talk about my bull is a red-headed bull that my uncle gave it to me.
Oh, really?
I love my bull so much. And nobody should touch. If you touch, I'll get on you.
You'll
so yes, and so and that's the power of having your own bull that you love. And so, no jokes. When I sing this song, don't come closer to me because that's when I'm very powerful and proud. And
so should I not have been holding your bull while you sing that song?
Yes, I know. It's really, yes. So that's all about. Yes, that's all about. Really... And I have been singing my bull song in most of the, places in United States, especially in schools for the students and organizations. So they love the bull song.
Wonderful. So you produce these and then sell them to help raise funds. Where can people purchase these bowls?
Yes, these have been amazing journey that I could not even believe myself. That these animals that I created, the cows, could become very popular and demanding and loved by the people in the United States. And therefore, when I found out that, I said, yes, people love my culture, and so let me embrace that and increase, the awareness. So, I have been interviewed on the BBC and the other major social media. And so now I started a website for the clay cows specifically. So people can order all over the world and have them in their homes, in their offices, with the stories behind them. And you can order the clay bowls on tominiartsafrica.myshopify.com. And so that's where you will see this clay cow that you have on your hands featuring there.
Wonderful. I think we are lucky enough to have some of them in our gift shop. So if anyone local wants to stop by and pick one up, we have a few. And then we'll also link to your website with the video and on our website as well. Next, we have our Art at Home project, and it is inspired by Dominic and his work with the clay cattle. Here is a clip of how you can make your own clay cattle at home.
Chatia. I want young about you, the young I'm Tony Chatia. Young up to rag and you program with a dear. Come young dear, where got you a young alone queen? You're waiting young
Can you describe how you make these?
Yes, the process of how to make the clay cow is very fascinating, if I could say so, or fun. Because number one, in my village we used to collect the clay in the river in the morning. But here in the United States, I just go and buy the clay, and then just mold the clay and get the horns of the cow, the mouth, the nose, and the forelegs and the tail and the ham, and so that requires some patience and focus. So you will not be perfect the first day, but you will, as you practice every time, you will do a better job each time you do. And so after you make your cow, then you sun dry them. And after you sun dry, you can fire them in the kiln. And when you fire them, then you get the glaze and you glaze them or paint them. And then after painting, of course, painting is a long process as well. You have to dip the cow into the water and then glaze the first layer of the paint on the cow, and then another one and another one, 3 layers. And then after that, you take them to the kiln and fire them. And the final products just become like my beautiful red-headed yellow bull that you hold.
Each one is unique, right?
And each one is unique with the different personalities and just characteristics.
That's wonderful.
And also, yeah, the colors, are so just different. And sometimes I'm amazed. Back in our village, you'll find very, very beautiful and just nice colors on each cow.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Next, we have a recipe for you to try at home from South Sudan. It was actually written by Dominic, and it is a traditional kebab recipe that we will be posting for you.
Asante Sana. Thank you for joining us tonight for Summerfest 2020 Conversations in Culture. Thank you again to our major sponsors, Bountiful City and Davis County Tourism and Events. Thank you to our wonderful guest, Dominic Raimondo. And thank you to our crew, John Catlin, our sound engineer, and our fantastic BDAC staff, Kara Krebs, Allison Neville, and James Bates. Videos of all Summerfest 2020 Conversations in Culture are available to watch anytime on BDAC's YouTube channel. Take care, stay healthy. We hope to see you soon at the Art Center. Asante Sana.